so much, John. Listen, it's always must-see lacrosse when Trevor Baptiste and Jake Withers are facing off against each other. Two of the premier face-off specialists in the NLL. But with the level of talent that this league has, you can't just do one thing, and neither of these guys do. They absolutely add value in other ways to their team. Jake Withers, for example, Micah Kersey called him the heart and soul of this team, and as a matter of fact, they made his leadership role a little bit more official. He's going to be wearing the A on his sweater this season. For Trevor Baptiste, he's athletic, he's tenacious, Paul Day says. He's still learning some of the nuances of the box game in particular, but Paul Day said last season Baptiste was 100% better than he was the year before, and essentially we have yet to see his ceiling. So I don't know about you guys, but I am excited to get this 2022 season underway, John.
Thanks very much, Ashley. Oh, absolutely. We can hardly wait. Up top, Mark Gardonio, Blair Ferguson, Mike Melvin, the officiating crew, Sean McMullen, the shot clock operator. Paul Day, you mentioned, for the Philadelphia Wings. Their head coach is ready. And Micah Kersey on the Halifax side as well. All that's left to do is participate in the opening face-off. And two of the best going at it. High 60s, just below 70% for both of these men last season. Trevor Baptiste of the Wings, Jake Withers of the Thunderbirds. All-out battle begins in Halifax for Game 1 of the 2022-2023 season. Down right away was Terefenko, wearing a new number this season for Halifax. Charbonneau for the Wings will take possession, working together to combine on that one. The opener for Halifax, 26 goals last season for Peterson. You're right, breakout campaign and a threat to score on the floor.
A couple of Peterborough lads getting into it as Jake Withers and Ian Lord are going to sit down here. We'll stay 5-on-5. Graham Hossick going to take the face-off against Trevor Baptiste. Normally would say this should be an easy win for Baptiste, but Hossick, and it is a nice clean win, but I was going to say Hossick clearly going to try to let him win that face-off and then battle for the loose ball.
LaSalle College, he's a local product, is Rambo, and making good for the Wings to get them on the board, cut the gap to 1.
Big response. I felt like that was their best offensive shift that they've had, a really good possession, and they need more of that.
Loose ball for grabs. Fennell up swinging for the Thunderbirds, trying to break through heavy coverage, and the boot stomping.
Giving this Halifax team a 4-1 lead.
Tiptoed neatly, almost as if he knows the real estate around here like the back of his hand. Big summer for Jamieson, as Withers nearly ends up on the Halifax bench. Cody telling us Brannigan didn't have a goal all last season. A big one, as you mentioned. For the Wings trying to hang around here. Get something going in this game early.
That he can find the back of the net for this Birds team.
Halifax has a power play goals. Baptiste runs the floor. Tough move to try and get it over to the far side of Hill, but Wings aren't going away, we know that. Nest. And all off a loose ball play from the Halifax zone. Yes. Baptiste setting it up and reared in a look, but under coverage, and Hill holds his ground. It's certainly looking good, feeling good. Pat, we learned that he's got an entire section of family in attendance tonight.
Said about casually 100 family and friends watching here tonight. We know there's a lot of purple and orange in this building as Halifax loves their T-Birds, but we know there's a few locals cheering for the Wings tonight.
This is the first trip in for Philadelphia to Halifax because of the oddity of last season, with the Thunderbirds forced to play off-site for a few games during the pandemic. And hitting a bounce is Boucher. And lots of Halifax Thunderbirds double up tonight. Peterson a pair, Jamieson a pair, Boucher a pair. As they stride out to a 5-goal gap on the board. Wings trying to... Had 2 partial games against Buffalo last season to wet his whistle. Into the fray now in this new campaign.
Jake Withers saying Trevor Baptiste withholding the ball. He's going to get that call. Picked up the phone, called Bob Hamley and said, we got to get this guy. How can we get him in the purple and orange?
Moving on from Georgia and Panther City. There's a championship pedigree in this league, and Ashley touched on it earlier. Just wants to, if possible, be healthy the whole year. That goal
is from Reardon scoring his first goal of the campaign.
Blaze Reardon, not only a great name, great story, former goalie, but played on the man-up team. All of a sudden, here he is in the highest professional rank.
He's coming to this year in great shape, looking lean, dropped some weight, and he wants his fourth. That's not a mistake, John. His fourth Defensive Player of the Year award. He's hungry.
Face-off battle renews itself to start the second half. Trevor Baptiste to the wings and Jake Withers of Halifax.
Handball there from Matisse.
And he'll give it right back.
Costly mistake. He's going to be without his stick, so Smart just changes. Just looked like there was just a bit too much space between Rambo.
Shot right on. Hill has to come right back. Yeah, you're right. There seemed to be a miscue somewhere on the last goal. Peterson dishes over. Nice move. Hosick scores. Doing it at both ends. Graham Hosick.
You said it best, John. Getting it done on both sides of the ball.
Goals 14 seconds apart. Philadelphia starting the third with Halifax extend.
Is in 11-5 in favor of Halifax. These wings aren't going away, John.
6 foot, 215 coming right down Main Street. Returns to where he started the game on the Philadelphia bench. And Zach Higgins will try to shake off some rust after being chased after the Benesh goal to make it 8-2. So 8 goals given up by Higgins and another 4 given up by Goodley.
That's 4 Thunderbirds now with multiple goals. Depth kills, and certainly the depth is...
At 8-2 chased Higgins the first time, so he puts a second one in behind Higgins. And Halifax is on a roll here. Baptiste and Withers get at it.
Another loose ball from Ryan Terefenko. What a great start to his sophomore season.
It's a little bit. Two teams have traded paint. Halifax doubling up the doses. Remain in front now 13-6.
This offense, despite some new pieces in the lineup, they have developed quite a bit of chemistry here.
Terefenko avoided some disruption. Swims it back to Benet.
Gets another big goal here for Philly, as again, whenever you think Halifax is going to pull away, it's been Philadelphia and mostly this guy here. Blaze Reardon with 4 now.
Albany alum, and barely any time left in this third, but Philadelphia feeling it a little bit. Trying to take advantage of some momentum, and Rambo nearly pulled it off before. Goodness, what a backstory that is from Paul Day, and
I think that's what you call range. Can do a little bit of everything, Paul Day.
He's hoping his team can too. Have their work cut out for them.
Being able to do everything.
What a pass from Stotts to find him. Trying to orchestrate something the other way, and 3 on the power play tonight for Halifax. Just 4 shots to get those 3 goals. Peterson is 4th of the campaign, and the Thunderbirds reached 16 in game 1. Tarasenko complaining, picks up the stick.
Bain.
Yes, the Thunderbirds have brought the storm clouds to Philadelphia. Always sunny in Halifax. I suppose it.
And puts it home. What a great effort from Blaze Reardon.
There is something to draw from for Philadelphia, but do they have time to continue closing the gap?